What's up, guys? Travis Colt here. If you notice any extra noise in the background, it's really fucking hot, so there's a lot of fans on right now. But I'll try and talk as loud and clear as I possibly can. I've been telling you guys I'm going to be doing it just because, about a month ago I was interested in what TNA was doing, and so I decided to take a second to get caught up and see if there was anything interesting. And my last video was pretty positive. There was really only one thing that kind of bothered me at the time, which is good considering I haven't exactly been positive towards TNA. Hell, none of us on the rundown have been very positive towards TNA in the since we started. So I'm going to be talking about the 2 weeks prior to Slamiversary. I just watched Slamiversary, and I even watched this week's episode of TNA Impact. So they're starting to lose me. Okay, I'll go through the stuff I liked. So obviously we got the cash in. Rockstar Spud using option C, cashing in the X Division title to get a shot against Kurt Angle. And then they had a great match. Rockstar Spud is great. Kurt Angle still looks awesome. But then when Kurt Angle retained over Rockstar Spud, he went on and he faced Austin Aries in a fucking phenomenal match. Austin Aries using his Feast or Fired case. The fact that Kurt Angle can go as much as he still does is amazing, and the fact that he's keeping up with these younger stars like Austin Aries and like Rockstar Spud, and it's really good to see that he can still go at that level. And then now, as far as the world title is considered, EC3 just won. That was an interesting match. I definitely didn't expect it to be a quick roll-up victory, especially a clean roll-up victory. Well, I mean, there was interference by Tyrus earlier in the match, so the match itself wasn't clean, but the win was. There were, EC3 didn't pull the tights. He didn't hit Kurt Angle with the title or anything like that. He just got out of the ankle lock, rolled him up, and boom, he fucking won. So that's interesting. I don't hate the fact that EC3 is champion. I think, he kind of got a raw deal while he was in WWE and being in the testing ground of NXT, where it was starting to transition from a reality show to an actual brand. I think he would have really flourished if he would have got to be in today's NXT. But he's doing good stuff over in TNA, so congratulations to EC3. As far as the X Division is concerned, top-notch stuff all the time. Tigre Uno winning the little tournament that they did. They had the three qualifiers. Grado is hilarious. I was kind of hoping he'd win the title. But I guess that was a little far-fetched. But yeah, Tigre Uno winning is cool. His match with DJZ and Manic at Slamiversary was great. Great retention by him. The X Division guys are still going strong, and I love it. I'm totally excited for more X Division stuff. I think that's one of the main things that's keeping me interested. Then we had, let's keep going with titles. We had the Best of 5 series just finish up. The Wolves ended up getting to pick the stipulation for match 4, which was Full Metal Mayhem. The Dirty Heels won that. Then they had the singles match at Slamiversary, Davey Richards versus Austin Aries. Austin Aries won, got to pick the stipulation for match 5. Became a 30-minute Iron Man match, and the Wolves pick up the win. They're now 4-time TNA Tag Team Champions. Holy shit. Apparently, I'm way behind on TNA. I didn't realize they'd won the titles 4 times. I didn't realize they'd been with TNA that long. But apparently they have. Great matches by those two teams. Great work by Bobby Roode in the King of the Mountain match, that's one thing that's kind of bothering me. The whole idea of having a King of the Mountain championship, I don't understand why. And the fact that you had, like, is it going to be defended? Is it just a one-time deal? Is, like, Jeff Jarrett just champion now forever? Is he forever King of the Mountain? I know he's the original King of the Mountain. He made the match, but, like, what the hell? I don't get it. And now I guess there's a partnership between TNA and Global Force Wrestling. So you'll probably see more TNA stuff kind of pop up and rundown stuff, since on the indie news we kind of talk about Global Force every now and again. So we'll have to see where that goes. We know Mickie James is wrestling over there, Bobby Roode, Magnus. But there's a bunch of rumors going around about, you know, who's with TNA and who's not. Magnus being one of them. You know, Mickie James, James Storm, Austin Aries. There's a ton of guys that are apparently leaving TNA. But the question is, are they leaving TNA to go to Global Force Wrestling, or is it they're leaving TNA to go to Global Force Wrestling? I don't get it. And this is going to transition into something that I just recently saw JR kind of had an issue with it. I think he talked about it on his podcast, but I saw it online that TNA records their stuff out of order, and he said that it's a model that, yeah, it's great for, you know, great for them financially, and I'm sure it's easy for all the talent to travel, but as far as making money and, you know, keeping storylines consistent, it's hard. And I'm starting to see that, because I feel like the title change, I don't know, everything just seems so out of order. Everything just feels so weird. It feels like, I don't know, the flow isn't there. I constantly complain about how, you know, WWE, we only get, you know, everything changes so often. Well, no, I don't know. It's that there's something wrong with it. I don't know what it is, and I'm hoping that they change something about it. Let's see, a few more things I liked. The knockouts are doing great stuff. I think the only thing I was kind of disappointed with, the tag team match at Slamiversary was okay. I liked Taryn just kind of barking orders at Marty and Jade, and Brooke and Kong made a pretty impressive tag team. They ended up picking up the win. But then Terrence Terrell successfully defending the Knockouts Championship in the Triple Threat match this past week at Bell to Bell. Yeah, you know, Terrence Terrell's good. Sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself. The one thing that didn't really make me go, oh, cool, that was awesome, was the reveal that the fiery vignettes that have been happening, where it says playtime is over, has been Gail Kim. Okay, I like Gail Kim, but I just feel like, why are you doing vignettes for someone who's like already super established? And why didn't she just like come out when the vignette happened? Like, I don't know, it's weird. And I have a bad feeling that she's going to end up winning the championship again, and it's going to start getting repetitive, and I don't want that. Let's see, a few more things I liked. Bram is still really cool. I think his whole thing with fucking, what's his name? Joseph Park, the brother of Abyss. I think that was the only thing out of his whole thing that I didn't like. I love the fact that he went against Vader last week, and then Matt Morgan came back. Him and Matt Morgan's match was a little weird at Slamiversary. Their street fight, it was the impromptu street fight. And Bram had a moment where he was like trying to find a weapon, and it was like he couldn't find whatever he was looking for. It was kind of reminiscent of Baron Corbin versus Bull Dempsey a few months ago on NXT. Yeah, it was a very awkward moment, and it allowed Matt Morgan to come back, but Bram still picked up the win. So I mean, it was kind of a lackluster finish in it all. It was cool to see Matt Morgan back, because he's a fucking beast. He still looked great. Yeah, I mean, I want to see him do a little bit more with Bram. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah, the Jeff Jarrett thing's weird. Tag team titles are good. X Division titles good. All the titles are in good hands at this point. I'm just kind of worried about where they're going next. And as far as like what's going on in the next couple weeks, we know that Kurt Angle has a tumor in his neck and he's getting surgery next week, so he probably won't be around for a while. That's insane. So who's going to face EC3? Is it going to be Mr. Anderson? Are we going to get a face turn for someone? Who knows? All in all, they're starting to lose me. There's little things. They're flip-flopping commentary. Josh Matthews and the Pope decide to go back and forth on who they're going for. Like they did, they had the unsanctioned match at Slamiversary where Josh Matthews was totally against everything that James Storm was doing, saying, "Oh, you're taking it too far. It's an unsanctioned match." Now I get it, if you're worried about the people in the match, I get that. But it sounds like you're trying to be a babyface wrestler. Then on Impact, he's talking up the fact that, oh, Tyrus can get involved in EC3's match because he's the bodyguard, and then Pope's going against him again on that. That's fucking weird. Keep consistency with your commentators, because it makes it really hard to get into matches when your commentators are not selling the match very well. Another quick note that I really like. I like the feud between the BDC and the Rising. It sucks that the Rising is gone, but the BDC looks pretty badass. I was totally against them initially when they first came in because I thought the Beatdown Clan is a stupid fucking name. I still think it's a stupid fucking name. But they have a badass team. I know Loki, I think, just left TNA, but with the fact that they have MVP, Kenny King, and Hernandez, I mean, that's a pretty badass team. Hernandez, obviously, I guess from what I've read, he wasn't able to come to agreement for a second term or a second deal with Lucha Underground, so he's in TNA for now, or back in TNA. So that's cool. Yeah, BDC's just their name. The name's stupid. The group is cool though. They have good chemistry, got a lot of good talent. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with the Rising. Fucking Drew Galloway is awesome. I hate the fact that WWE totally fucked themselves over and lost him, because he does amazing shit. And there's so many things that he could be doing in WWE right now, and instead they wasted him in 3MB, then they got rid of 3MB, and now we have Heath Slater losing all the time. But Drew Galloway is awesome. I want to see him do more, and he's probably going to be one of the things that makes me go back to TNA on a regular basis, because I think he's awesome. I think that's about it. I didn't really take notes just because it's fucking hot here. It's hard to keep my focus when it's really fucking hot. And TNA, I'm trying to give it a chance. It doesn't help itself all the time, but it's trying. And I'm, like I said, there's a few things that are going to keep me coming back, and I'll be sure to, try it again sometime. Thanks guys for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Go and check out the episode 55 coming up later, possibly after it's over. I'll be having my review of the Tokyo show on the WWE Network, which will be 2:30 a.m. my time. So roughly, like, I don't know, 6 hours, 6.5 hours, something like that. And then coming up on Monday, we'll have an indie news. I think I'm doing that by myself. So I'll give you some updates on Chikara, give you Ring of Honor results, some extra AIWs coming up. We got all kinds of stuff. So be sure to go through episode 55, check out our Raw review, check out the midweek wrap-up and the SmackDown rundown that I did by myself. And be sure to follow all the links in those descriptions. The Twitters, the Facebook, the Tumblrs, the Instagram, the Reddits, the emails. Do all that stuff. Post down in the comments what you thought about TNA. Do you think they're doing good? Is there stuff that you wish they'd change? Am I right? Am I wrong? Post your opinion down there. Let's talk about some wrestling. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys at whatever video you decide to watch next.